So last month, my brother Dan decided he was going to get into home brewing because apparently the world desperately needed another guy who can't stop talking about yeast. It started innocently enough. He bought a kombucha starter kit, watched exactly half of a YouTube tutorial, and immediately declared himself a fermentation artist. The first sign something was off came when our kitchen began to smell like IHOP at 7 a.m., but with a suspicious undertone of gym socks. Dan, of course, insisted this was just part of the process and told us to trust the SCOBY. Fast forward a week, and Dan's kombucha was bubbling away in its jar like a caffeinated lava lamp. Things got weird when my friend Mark stopped by and, after a deep sniff, remarked, "Dude, your house smells like syrup and regret." Dan beamed with pride and said, "It's my signature batch, Pancake Sunrise." But when Mark joked, "Can I have some for breakfast?" the jar let out a high-pitched whine, and the lid launched itself across the room like a flapjack fired from a t-shirt cannon. Naturally, we thought this was a fluke, but every time someone so much as mentioned breakfast within 10 feet of the jar, it would start to fizz violently, tremble, and sometimes even splatter the ceiling with sticky kombucha shrapnel. We tried everything, speaking in code, whispering, even calling it the B word. But the kombucha had developed what I can only describe as a Pavlovian pancake panic. Dan still insisted it was just the natural fermentation process, but I'm pretty sure the CDC would call it a biohazard. At this point, Dan's kombucha has become a household legend. We keep it in the garage, far away from anyone with a morning appetite, and I've started referring to that corner of the house as the breakfast nook, minus the breakfast and plus the explosion. But hey, at least now we know. If you're ever in need of a wake-up call, more powerful than coffee, just shout breakfast at Dan's Kombucha and watch your pancakes flip themselves.